think it's out of tune. I was not going to stream tonight because my throat's really sore. But I don't know, guys. It's become part of my routine to come on here. And I was thinking about what should I play. And I don't really play this guitar that much. It is my PV Vandenberg. And I do believe it's out of tune. You know, since I started doing YouTube, I've noticed certain things.
You got a super chat from Trucker Bob.
Ooh, thank you, Mr. Trucker Bob. That helps so much.
He says it's the Robitussin fun for you.
You know, the only thing we have here is some children's, and she came in about 2 hours ago, and she had a double dose. And she goes, well, since it's children's, you should be able to do a double dose. And I said, well, you're supposed to take it every 4 hours, right? So I get a double dose every 2 hours. That was what my little squirrel babe was saying. But, you know, now that I've been doing YouTube, and I have the opportunity to play so many different guitars, I remember picking this guitar up and thinking that the pickups really had a lot of bite to them. Okay, I'm not saying the pickups are bad in this guitar, but if I reviewed this guitar today, I would say that these are not cut your head off pickups. They have a decent sound. I would venture these pickups in a $500 guitar. And that's not saying anything wrong with it. It's just guitars have gotten so good. Pickups and stuff nowadays have just gotten so good.
Jerry says that guitar looks cold. Send it to Florida.
Yeah, this is an original Vandenberg. It is cold. Oh, I'm hitting the mic. It doesn't matter, guys. It's got so many dings and scratches on it that the scratches don't show up on the camera. It actually looks really good on camera, but in person, it has quite a few dings and dents and chips. This is I believe this is a 91 or a 90 Vandenberg. And yeah, the output jack is shorted. And you can hear it when I play separate notes. It just doesn't have the push.
Mini Guitar Society says, I love that configuration. Wasn't there a pink one available when that was out?
Yeah, I always wanted the pink one. This is a Gen 2. If you look, this is the Kaler after the 2700. This was after the Floyd Rose lawsuit. The one I really want is the Gen 1. When I ordered this guitar, the Gen 1s were out.
Devastator wants to know what the purple LP is.
Ooh. Well, we're going to get to the purple LP. When I placed the order for this guitar at Shandor Music, I ordered a Gen 1. But by the time they got the order, the lawsuit was already in the court system, and PV was still building Vandenbergs with the stock they had. It ended up running about another month and a half to 2 months longer because they ran out of those tremolos and they had to change their. Believe it or not, Peavey back then was doing CNC. Peavey was one of the forefront companies on CNC processing. So it took a little longer to get it. Of course, I didn't know it at the time. And then when it came in, it had this bridge on it. And if you know the channel, you know I have 3 other Peaveys with the killer on it. That's really the bridge I like. Wasn't anything I could do about it. I didn't have to accept the guitar, but I did anyway. So, but this was a guitar that I played out live many, many, many times. It feels natural to me, but playing it, the pickups aren't near as hot as I remember them. Each time I play it, I kind of like, what's wrong with this guitar? And there's nothing wrong with the guitar. The output jack needs to be fixed. But the newer guitars and the way they've wound them and the magnets, they've just got it down to a science. This was a good guitar back then.
Steve says that's a Gretsch.
How do you know it's a Gretsch? This guitar plays so silky smooth, it's not even funny. If you have the opportunity to get an old Peavey, the ones with this headstock, okay, it's got to have that headstock on it. That would be the Nitro C3s and the Vandenbergs. Also, I believe the Destinies had this headstock. That was their upper tier.
How does the neck thickness compare to the Ibanez that you've been working with for the past few weeks?
This is thinner than the Ibanez. Everyone contributes the shred neck to Ibanez. Believe it or not, Peavey had this neck in '86.
And Steve said, I can see the headstock.
Yeah. It's a cool headstock. And for
no. He's
for
talking
whatever
about
reason,
the other guitar.
Yeah, he's talking. This one's cooler. For whatever reason, when you look at these used, the end of this will always be chipped. I don't know why. Even the non-reverse ones, they always seem to get battle damage right here on the end. But I have 3 Nitros and this one Vandenberg, and all 3 are just fantastic guitars. I always wanted a Destiny, but every time I find a Destiny or a G90 for sale, they just want stupid money for it. I believe the G90, when it was new, sold for about $1,200, and you can still get them for about $1,200. They're about the same price. The Destinies have went through the roof.
Cole says, is this guitar more playable than your Schecter?
It feels a lot like the Schecter. I would say this neck makes you want to play fast, and I misfret. And I do the same thing on the Schecter, but I'll misfret more on this one, simply because this is a 24.75 scale length. So I'm used to playing more 25.5s now, so I'll go down real fast and I always misfret. But if I play this guitar for about a week straight, I don't do that. But yeah, it makes you want to play fast. And the next thing on this guitar, you probably heard me, I'm overbending. That's a 24.75 thing. The shorter scale length, it's easier to bend notes on a 24.75. I'm used to playing 25s, so now when I bend the note, I'm overbending. So I find myself having to play easier because I'm so used to playing the 25. So it's a little too much with this scale length. You got to be a little easier on it. Another thing a lot of people do, on this scale length, they put 10 to 46s on it, or 10 to 52s, and it'll play very similar to a 42 to 9 25-inch scale length. So you get the thicker sound of the thicker string, but it still bends easier because of the shorter scale. This has 9 to 42s on it, so it just, I mean, you can see the strings here. I'm not even pushing. I mean, you can bend the B note up to the A string. It's just crazy, and you can hear it when I was playing it. I'm not used to playing the shorter scale. Again, it makes you want to play fast, and I'm not that accurate of a guitar player playing fast, so it's my limitation, definitely not the guitar. If you can find one of these and it's well set up, they're great playing guitars, especially if you like the 24/75 scale length. And it's just a cool body shape. See, it's not a standard Strat. It's kind of oblonged. This part of the body kind of sticks out, and then it's shorter, and it's got the little cutaways.
What gauge strings? Are they 9s?
Yeah, these are 9 to 42s on it. So if you put, let's say 46 to 10s on it, it would be, for me, it would be more controllable because I'm used to playing the longer scale length. So I wouldn't have a tendency of overbending. And this is my favorite pickup configuration. This isn't a neck pickup, and it's not a center pickup. It's right in between the neck and the center. So when you flip it up to that one, let's say we'll go to clean. I love that sound. So let's make a little change here. It's not a Strat. It's different. It's got a unique sound.
Steve wants to know when's the last time the strings were changed and the fretboard hydrated.
The strings were changed a couple months ago. I think I don't remember if we did it online or not. I can't remember. Now, remember with Kahlers, it's all USA standard. So on the back, you got to use a flathead screwdriver to get the lockers out. Okay, and everything on a Kahler is American standard. So if you have a Kahler and it fits metric, it's not a Kahler. It's a clone. It's a ripoff. And Mr. Kahler has never farmed out any of his tremolos. If it's a Kahler, it was made at his shop. So that's how you can tell you got a fake Kahler. If there's anything metric on it, it's fake. It's a fake tremolo. So I don't stop and think about it. I'll throw it up on the workbench. I don't have really any Imperial tools on my workbench. So I remember when I put this guitar up, I was like, ugh. And I'm hunting for Imperial tools. I'm hunting for a flathead screwdriver. I'm hunting for a a 9/64 or whatever that one is that's in there. And I'm like, oh. So I'm digging around in my toolbox trying to find Imperial stuff for it. But the strings are a couple months old. I think I played it 2 or 3 days and put it back in the box. As far as the fretboard, I don't think it's been hydrated in 20 some years. It's ebony. There's no fret sprout. You know, these guitars, they were two-piece necks as well. So there's a seam right down the center of the neck. So a lot of people don't know that. PV was doing two-piece necks in the mid-'80s for being stable. So this guitar, my PV Nitros, are probably some of the most stable guitars here at the house as far as having to do neck adjustments. I did not touch this guitar. I pulled it out of the case. I put the strings on it at the beginning of summer. So it really should, like some of the other guitars here, neck adjustment time. This one, the PVs just have a solid neck. So both pickups together. It's just got a really nice sound. So this is one of my babies. It's one of my favorite guitars. It's not perfect. I really want to put different pickups on it, but then it kind of hurts the value of the guitar. I guess I could save the pickups, but it's not. I don't know. I notice it more if I go up to like a high gain channel. You guys might not hear it on your end. It just, when I'm playing it, it feels like it's missing something, okay? And I never noticed it when I played it live because I hadn't played some of these other guitars that I've played now. After playing those other guitars, I think the pickups are on the weaker side. If I was reviewing this guitar today, that's what I would say. This might be a guitar that you're going to want to put pickups in. And it's stock. But it's a great playing guitar.
Jerry said it's missing being at my house.
I know. I couldn't afford this guitar now. If I had to buy this guitar now, and I think the cheapest one on Reverb that's all beat to you know what is like $1,500. And it's worse than this one. This one, I mean, I say it's beat up. I guess for its age, it's really not. It's got a chip right here, a little ding right there. It's got a dent right here. A lot of pick scratches. I guess for its age, it's really not that bad. I have to remember that this guitar is over 30 years old. So being that it's 30 years old, I guess it's in really good shape.
Zach said bring out the Martin acoustic in the background.
I was waiting for someone to notice the Martin
Well,
box.
Devastator noticed Martin. Why do I sound like I am echoing?
You shouldn't have any effects on your voice, honey. That's another thing. On this scale length, right before the stream, I was playing this little ditty.
How heavy is it? I can hear myself.
Probably. Oh, you know what it is? I think the last slider might be turned up a little bit, honey, and you're hearing yourself through the speakers. The 24.7 scale length, it's easier to bend the strings. So when you're doing this, it's really easy to overbend. And that's one of those things, after you play guitar, you'll start to get the feel of what the guitar needs. How heavy is this guitar? It's not Les Paul heavy. Hold on. I do have a scale, but my workbench has my cloth on it. So I'll just weigh it on the floor. Here's my scale. Put it on the floor here. I hope I gotta zero it out. It is 8 pounds, 1.5 ounces. And in grams, that would be 3,672 grams. So, like I said, it's not quite Les Paul heavy. But you got to think, when I was playing out, I traded my Gibson Les Paul, not Les Paul, my Gibson Explorer went away when this one came. So my Explorer was over 12 pounds. So picking this up versus the Explorer, it was a lot lighter. So I did want to bring this one out. I don't bring it out very often. This is my favorite guitar that I own. Everybody has their favorite guitar. You know, post what your favorite guitar is in the chat. It doesn't have to be, you know, this is my favorite guitar, but it's not the guitar that I play the most. Right now, my favorite guitar that I play the most, and you guys are going to laugh, is my cheap RGA. I play that one the most of any guitar, and it's probably one of my least expensive guitars. But in my collection, this one's my baby. My PV Vandenberg is my baby, and you can see it's got a really bad little ding right here on the neck. It's you know, it's not perfect. You can see the sweat. Now remember, guys, when I played, I was more of the rhythm guitar player, and you can see this is from the acid and the sweating from me playing on stage.
Cole said, Avery, you have many favorite guitars.
I do, but this one's my baby. This one and my heavily modified PV Nitro, they're my two babies. When I was, let's say, 2008, when everything went out and everyone was selling everything to put food on the table, this guitar and my Nitro and my rack here, they didn't go anywhere. Everything else was expendable. But this guitar, my Nitro, and my rack, I kept. And things got bad for me during that time. Everything kind of fell out. But as long as I had a can of beans and a loaf of bread, I didn't care. These just had too much sentimental value. Not only that I bought them when I was young, and I just my first really good guitars, all the connections of playing out and the, playing with other musicians, you know, other musicians that went on to do bigger and better things. Not only those musicians, just friends, you know, that I had played with. Just so many memories. When I look at this guitar, I can remember playing Shally Acres. I can remember playing Jacks, Blackies. Okay, I remember. I remember, you know, playing with a lot of cool cats, a lot of cool cats, a lot of bad songs too, a lot of mess ups, but that's fine.
Cole said, personally, I prefer your Schecter, but this one sound effing good too.
The Schecter, I would say, sounds better. You know, like I said, this guitar needs some work. Like the tone knob is completely dead for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. That could be affecting the pickups. I'm just saying the way it sounds right now, it sounds a little on the weak side. And there's a short in the jack of the guitar. I don't remember it having those problems, but I didn't play it for like 10 straight years. It could be something loose inside. I need to open it up and look at it, at least put a new jack in it, and maybe clean out the pots. The volume knob does work, and the three-way selector works. It wasn't like that when I put it in the case, but time, you know, it happens. Maybe there's some corrosion or something on one of the. It could be anything. It could be a cold solder joint from moving the case around, got knocked around a little bit, but it has something going on with it. But everyone has their favorite guitar, so you can post in there what yours is, especially if it's something that you've had since you were, you know, 19, 20, your teens or your early 20s. Like this one would have been, for me, I was probably 20 when I got this guitar, somewhere in that ballpark. And this one's an early production run. This is 2,810 was the model after they went to this bridge. So this was the 2,810th one made in the Gen 2. Now a lot of people are going to say, well, that's not a low serial number. It is when you start looking online. That's a pretty low serial number for one of these. So that's this one. And if you paid attention, we're going to go over the other one right now. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but my local music store, those guys are just super awesome. I've talked about them many times, and my local store is Shenandoah Music in Winchester, Virginia. Not only did that P.V. Vandenberg come from Shenandoah Music over 30-some years ago, this guitar right here came from Shenandoah Music today. This is the new Gretsch. And I know that this channel, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, he reviews budget instruments. Well, this is a budget instrument. This guitar is $300. It's like $319 for this guitar. And it's a name brand guitar. Let me turn the amp on. I turned it off. So I always tell people, you know, budget guitars, you know, with these smaller companies, they're fine. But if larger companies want to make a budget instrument, they can make a better budget instrument at the exact same price. They have more buying power. And I think you're going to start seeing more brands like Gretsch and Ibanez. They're the two that's coming up in my head that make a lot of $220 guitars. There was a $189 Gretsch there. It was in gray, and it had one single pickup here. It was a cool looking guitar. There were 3 Ibanez Geos at the store today for $229. They're Ibanez. So I always tell people, pay attention to what you're buying. And the reason I'm saying that, when I brought this guitar home, the tuning keys on this guitar are like butter. When I say butter, it is butter smooth. Way smoother than the RGAs, S models, and the gems that I've been playing lately. Way smoother. But there is a drawback. The gear ratio is like 15-1. I'm not a big fan of that. I think it's a little too jumpy. Okay? But as far as the smoothness, way good tuners. Let's roll our tone back. And you can instantly hear the output difference. I didn't change the amplifier. So this guitar has far more output than the Vandenberg did. So we are on clean. I'm going to roll this back just a little bit.
String Pickers is in the chat.
String Pickers, is he new?
Not sure.
We want to welcome anyone new. Okay, we're trying to grow the channel.
Or anyone that maybe hasn't chatted in a while.
Yeah, someone that hasn't chatted in a while. You know, this channel's about people coming in and having a conversation in the chat. I am just here kind of giving my opinion, and we're talking guitars. If you hate Gretsch, that's cool.
There's also I'm just going to say a Matt.
A Matt. That might be Matt from Shenandoah Music.
No, this person had stepped away from playing for 35 years or so and jumped back in head first a couple months ago.
Oh, you know, this goes right to Matt. I didn't play for a long time, man. I sat it down for a long time, and I got so involved in work, in family, and stress. If you're a musician, this is our outlet. I mean, everyone in the chat's going to tell you the same thing. Music is an outlet. You can put your blood, sweat, and tears in it, and it comes out. Whatever you have in your feeling or what's going on, it'll come through your music. If you're having a stressful day, this is like an anti-stress pill. I don't care your skill level, whether you're just beginning or you're another Joe Satriani. It takes the stress out of your life. And when I started playing again, I instantly started feeling better, becoming more like me, how I used to be. Everyone knows I had a pretty stressful time. When I first started YouTube, it was probably right when my father passed away. And when I reviewed the Mad Cat from Firefly, my mother passed away during the middle of that review. So we had about a 5-year stretch there that was really stressful. And music was one of those things that helped me get through it. Plus Linnell. I can't stress that enough. If your family is key. And music is like the sweet sauce on top of it. So if you're just getting back in it, man, congratulations. You know, we do it because we love it. Anyway, this guitar is $319, and I can't get over the tuners. I can't get over the tuners and this paint job. It is freaking cool. It has a little bit of sparkle in it. It's purple, and it has a binding, and look at the inlays. Sorry guys, I am sick. I did review a guitar that had block inlays in the top like this, but it was done very poorly. The inlay work on this guitar is done really nice. I think that's cool. It's something different, if that makes sense. Let me try to roll this camera just a little bit. Yeah. try to roll it just a little bit. So I like the headstock. It's not for everybody, but it's different. Okay. It is a bolt-on neck, which is really cool. It does have a little bit of a tummy carve, and it just has a good feel to it. Roll the volume back just a little bit. I sat in here and I played the guitar for about an hour.
String Picker said to answer your question from earlier, he is new here and he just subscribed.
Oh, thank you so much, man. You'll find here we count on your input. We really do. We want a community. We want people to talk and give their likes and dislikes about a product. That's pretty much what I do. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat a product. I have no skin in the game with Gretsch. Just playing this guitar a little bit. This is not a review tonight. Weak point in this guitar. Pickups. The pickups are the weak link. As far as the fret ends and the way the neck feels and the tuners, I think it plays great. I just feel the pickups are a little lacking in it. This is the center position. Do they sound bad? Absolutely not. They do not sound bad. Let me turn the tone all the way up. So this is our center position, tone all the way up. It sounds fine. Here's our neck position. That's what I see is the big difference. A lot of times you'll get a lot of separation between the bridge and the neck. There is separation here. There's a different tone. I just don't think there's enough. So here's our neck. Bridge. Neck. Already the bridge is a little bit higher on the output, and the reason for that is from the factory the bridge pickup is setting up pretty close to the strings and the neck pickup is setting lower. So I would definitely lower the bridge pickup, and that would probably take some of the bite that the bridge pickup has. it's a little bitey. And that could be just the pickup. I'm being honest with you. I didn't want to give it a setup. So this is how I received the guitar. So I would definitely lower the bridge pickup. I think that would take some of the bitiness out. And this is our neck. And then both of them together. It's got a good sound. Now here's where I play a lot of distortion. So here's where I think they kind of, it's not that they're microphonic. They're not check, 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 check. They're not microphonic. So this is EQ is 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Absolutely no EQ. Now, what I do like about it is the tuning keys. That's nice. And probably just picking it up, guys. I've only played this thing for about 40 minutes before the stream. The tuning keys I like the best on the guitar. The stupid good tuning keys. It's for $319 from a name brand company. I like it. Like I said, I'm not the pickup. The sound might be good for you guys. To me, I think the pickups are on the weaker side. Is it as bad as some of the other guitars? No. The pickups in this sound better than the last two Fireflies that I got. So the Fireflies were at $320. By the time I paid the shipping and got them here, they were $320. This guitar is $319. Exact same price. I think the pickups are a little better, and it's a name brand. That's my point. We have to watch what we buy. I've gotten some Fireflies that were just phenomenally good guitars for the price point. And then I've got some that are kind of like, when you're creeping up to $320, $350 for a Firefly, you're definitely in the ballpark of getting a name brand instrument. And this is proof of it. We are going to do a full review. But the initial thought on this guitar is, this is a nice little guitar.
Jerry said Avery, that one, or the Yamaha?
The Revstar I like better, but the Revstar is also a $560 guitar. I think the Revstar has better pickups in it, and it should do. It should have better pickups. It's a $560 guitar. As far as the playability, this plays as nice as the Yamaha Revstar I've got. The fretwork on this one is just the same. It's a basic fret dressing, but the frets feel smooth. It's got a good feel. Um, it's surprising. When I think companies like this, I don't expect them to be able to make a product at this price point and have the fretwork. I would much rather get the guitar and have the fretwork like this and a finish like this and have weak pickups. Because the hardest thing to fix are the frets or the finish. Does this guitar need new pickups? Absolutely not. It doesn't. I'm just being really critical because I know people are going to be critical saying, oh, I played one of those and the pickups aren't that good. It's a $320 guitar. That's why I'm playing it with a little dirt, and on the clean you can make your own decision. In my opinion, and granted I play some expensive guitars and I play some inexpensive guitars, I feel the pickups are a little weak in it.
Mini
As far
Guitar
as
says, if I missed it earlier, I'm sorry, but is the arch top a cap?
I don't know if this one has a cap or not. It does have a binding, but it is 100% painted. I'm not sure. When we do the full deep dive, we'll see if it's a mahogany body with a maple cap, or if it's solid mahogany, or maybe it's, basswood. I don't know what it's made out of, but it is a solid painted top and back with a binding. And the back of the neck is painted as well. So that might turn some people off. Some people don't like the finish on the back of the neck. This finish, even though it's high gloss, it doesn't feel sticky. I'm not getting that sticky high gloss feel from it. And I'm not a fan of the high gloss neck, but I'm not getting that feel from this neck. Now there's a trick to that, guys. You can wax the neck. If you don't want to sand into your high gloss neck, put a little Carnauba car wax, the spray wipe on wax, on the back of the neck before you play it each gig, and you won't get that sticky feel. And if you want, you can tape off the neck and hit it with 1200 and 2000 grit sandpaper, and you can knock that sheen off, and that'll give it a nice smooth feel too.
Steve says,
But you're going to notice it in the finish.
Regular nickel fret wire or those unnecessary ball-in ones?
No, this is a chamfered fret. So this is a conventional fret. That's another thing I like. I like conventional frets. The ball-in fret's cool. They're so bad for hanging up the strings. When the string comes off or you're strumming hard and the string vibrates, they like to get hung up under the frets. And I know you can come through and you can tap these down and put CA glue on them. It's just the nature of the ball-in fret. They just have a tendency of doing that. This is much easier to go in 10 years after you've played the snot out of this guitar and you need to level the frets. This is a far easier fret to recrown and redress than a ball-in fret. And you don't have that issue of the frets doing this down the neck. When you look down the neck on the guitar, the frets are straight. Why? Because they're pressed in, clipped, and then sanded to the neck. A ball-in fret is pre-ended, and if they don't get the length perfectly right and press it in the neck perfectly right, they wave going down the neck. I've only had two that I would consider that were spot on, and they were spot on for ballless, but they still had a little bit of a wave, if that makes sense. It's just very difficult to do. I like the conventional fret much better. And I like this inlay. That's what I saw first about the guitar, was the inlay. And then, of course, the cool color with this cap right here matches the binding. So it's kind of cool. And when I first saw it, I was kind of like, yeah, that headstock's kind of goofy. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. I like it. So if you're on the fence on it, go to your store, check one of these guys out. Um, I'm impressed with it. And this guitar is made in China. It's crafted in China. It says right on the back. The model number or serial number is CMG 2503441. Crafted in China. Made by Gretsch. Now, this is a wraparound bridge, and each individual saddle is adjustable by a screw back here to move it. And then you also have the two post screws that move the whole bridge this way or that way. So they thought of everything on this bridge.
It's your normal break time, by the way.
Ooh, is it break time? All right, guys, let's take a quick break. You guys can put some questions up for this guitar, and we can do a question and answer on it. We said we wasn't going to go too long today because I do have a sore throat, but we will take a little bit of a break.
Cole has to go.
Oh, thank you so much, Cole, for coming into the chat. If everyone doesn't know, Cole lives in Israel, so he's all the way on the other side of the pond. So we've had some Israel, Australia, UK. We think that's cool. So
Mini Guitar Society did a super chat.
oh, thank you so much. That's what funds the channel, guys. The super chats. That and the reason I say Shenandoah Music. Shenandoah Music doesn't need to let me bring a guitar home. They don't. So when they do that, they're really trusting me to do not damage the product, because most of my viewers, they don't live in the Winchester area. So they're doing it. I guess they like me. I mean, I know we sold the Red Jackson for them. The Red Jackson that we did sell that guitar for them. So if you can, reach out to them. At least say, hey, Avery spoke to you on the live stream. And I did tell them who the winner of the jet was today, Time Surfing Alien. And they were like, oh, you're sending it? And we picked up some goodies from them today so we can actually ship that, because in the bag it wouldn't fit. So we got some goodies from them, so we get that in the mail. They just treat us good. And they let me bring stuff home. I just have to mention their name. And I've been shopping there for 30-some years. So, like I said, all my PVs come from them. They've been taking care of me for a long time. So, you want to reach out to them, reach out to them. They would love to hear from you guys. If you can, buy something from them. That supports the channel. Super chats support the channel. All right, guys, go get something to drink, hit the restroom, get some vittles, and we'll be right back in 5 minutes. Yeah, it was literally just supposed to be about a 15-minute stream. Um, my throat is killing me. Um, I'm pretty sure that I think someone said a really bad flu was going around. I felt one Friday, but literally when I woke up this morning, my throat was just like raw.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need to change the date. It says December 13th.
Oh, yeah. I really wasn't going to stream tonight, and I forgot to change the date. So I reuse YouTube settings, so I don't have to re-up. It just changes the stream key. So that was something that I missed. I'll change it when the stream's over. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, how can it be live? It's the wrong date." So they're probably like, "Ah, we're not gonna." But that's fine. That's no big deal. Um, if you're just coming in, we uh, we picked up this Gretsch today at Shenandoah Music, and this is a $300 guitar from Gretsch, and we're going to do a review on it. Shenandoah allows me to take instruments home, and they allow me to say anything I want about the guitar. They're great cats over there. Um, if I haven't said it before, go to your local music store. Support your local music store. You will miss them when they are gone. I mean, I get it, guys. I shop Guitar Center, Sweetwater, stuff like that too. But I'm going to say 90% of my money goes to my local store. Because if I see it at Sweetwater, I go right and speak to Matt at Shenandoah and say, "Hey, Matt, I can get it for this price at Sweetwater." And Matt will make sure that he gets it to me for the same price. I would much rather, if he doesn't have it, he can get it for me. It's usually in 2 weeks. I would much rather give that money to my local store and wait 2 weeks than to give it to Sweetwater. And I've even went to Matt and said, "Look, Matt, I want to buy a wing rack." And Matt's like, "That's Behringer." Behringer will not sell to smaller stores. You will not ever see Behringer now in a smaller mom and pop store. They only sell to large stores. Sweetwater, Guitar Center. You have to be a large store. Their vendors and their distributors will not distribute the product to smaller stores. So I spoke to Matt and told him what I was looking for. And the only thing they have that's in the rack mount form is the FT series or the F series from Yamaha. Nothing in the world wrong with the TF rack from Yamaha. It's a little more money than the Behringer. It's a Yamaha. It's a good product. I just feel that Behringer is a better product for a lesser price. So I'm going to have to buy that from Sweetwater or a larger vendor. But I've told Matt, right up until the day I order it, I'll come in because they are trying to get Behringer. It's something to do with how much product that you move in a year. They are trying to get them. So I'm hoping that they can pick them up and you got to buy X on the buy-in. Okay? Whenever you pick up a product, these stores have to buy X. Okay? And then they have to sell X of that product every year. It's called a buy-in. So if they can pick it up and it's a $30,000 buy-in or a $40,000 buy-in, I know at least $2,000 of that dollars for their buy-in, I'll give them because I want that product. And that's what I told him. I said, if you can get it, count on $2,000 coming from me to offset your buy-in because I want this product. But I don't think it's going to happen. I've been talking to them now for about 6 months. So going to have to buy that one off source. Just one of those things. But if you can, support your local store. They're there for you.
The Paper Boys wants to know your thoughts on SG guitars.
I really can't give you a thought other than they must be good instruments. I've never personally played an SG, but Angus Young, played an SG. So many great guitar players played SGs. Um, the rule that I've always heard from SG players, once you play one, you'll throw rocks at everything else. That could be true. Um, I've just never played one. It's even one with like the old Gigsby and the flatbed tremolo systems and stuff on them. They just didn't look like a guitar that I would be into. And I say that laughingly because I have a Yamaha Revstar. That guitar plays nothing and sounds nothing like the way it looks. That guitar rock and rolls. The SG rock and rolls too. Look at the people that's played them. So it's what I tell people. It's more about you. Okay, what I like is going to be completely different than what someone else likes. You need to find the instrument that you bond with. It does not matter what anyone else says. It doesn't. You're the one playing it. And this is how you pick out a good guitar. When you pick it up, if it feels comfortable. When you sit down with it, does it feel comfortable on your lap? With a strap and you stand up, does it feel comfortable? Does your arm rest on the guitar? Can you do palm mutes? Is it natural
Jerry
to
has
get
to
your
go.
harmonics out of it? Okay, Jerry, thank you so much for coming into the stream, man. Really like it when you guys come in each week. You don't have to stay. Just come in and say hi. I worry about, like CG come in last stream. I hadn't seen CG in a long time. It was so good to see him in the stream. That really makes me feel good. When I see people that's been associated with the channel for over 2 years, and they come in, they hang out, and they talk, that's family, that's community. Anyway, back to the picking out your guitar. If it's something that you can, that feels right when you fret it, that's what it's about. You don't have to be overly concerned about the tone of the guitar. You really don't. Like I'm sitting here saying this guitar needs, the pickups are the weak point. But I know I can EQ this guitar with my amp. I can get a good sound out of this guitar. Okay? I would, just playing it a little bit, I would have no problems taking this guitar out and playing it. I've been playing it. It's holding tune. It's playing fine. I don't miss fret on it. I would have no issues taking this guitar. I can usually tell in 10 or 15 minutes if the guitar would survive going out and playing. The guitar holds tune well. It frets well. That sounds good. I know I can get my sound out of it if I just EQ it a little bit. What I'm saying when I say a guitar needs pickups, I play a lot of different guitars. And there's certain sounds that I like. So for me, I feel the pickups are a little weak for my style. But that's why I played a little clean and a little dirt through it. Someone else might go, I don't know what this guy's talking about. That guitar sounds good. That's cool. Then that's a $300 guitar that you don't have to do anything to. So go play an SG, see how it feels, see how it sounds. And it's got the Magic guitar is one that just has that sound that makes you want to play it. The feel and the sound of the guitar makes you want to play it. If the SG does that for you, that's your guitar. But don't think for a minute that there's not going to be another guitar that'll do something else for you. Okay? You might always have a favorite, but there's always going to be other guitars that do this or that the SG can't do. If that makes sense. Nothing against the SG. But an SG doesn't sound like a Strat. An SG doesn't sound like a Tele. It's not a Tele, it's an SG. If you want that Tele sound, and that's what you're hunting, buy a Tele. So as you start playing guitar, you might want that sound just for certain things that you're playing. The SG is not going to give it to you. It's not that kind of guitar. That's why I have a Nashville Strat, which is, everyone knows I have a problem with the volume knob on a Strat. Always hit it. So I bought a Nashville Tele. Well, it's a Stratocaster or a Nashville Strat. It's a Stratocaster with Telecaster electronics with 3 pickups. So I don't hit the volume knob. But I get all the sounds of the Tele and the sounds of the Strat. Sorry, guys. I am very sick. Um, so it's more about what you bond with. Okay. When I review guitars, I really do try just to review how the guitar is made. Are the frets level? Do they feel right? Do the tuning keys feel good? Is the fit and finish good? And then I'll give you my opinion of it. But it's really up to the person. Yeah, if I find two or three high frets on this guitar, or maybe some so-so wiring, you know, and the price is $319, you're going to see it on the review. Then it's up to you. Well, I saw the review and he had too high frets and the soldering wasn't too good on it, and I don't know. I think for $319 I could find a better instrument. That's what the review's about. But let's say we do a review and I open this thing up and the soldering is great in it. The pickups have good readings. There's no issues with the fit and finish. The frets are done well. You like the sound? Well, that should tell you. Maybe I should go to the store and check this thing out. It's $319. That's what it's about. I can't tell you whether or not when you pick this guitar up you're going to bond with it. Okay? That's the thing. I can only tell you how well it's constructed. And just playing the guitar feels good. I would much rather buy this guitar than a Firefly. One, it's a Gretsch. Two, it's the same price as a Firefly. And the quality is here. The binding, I don't feel the binding. I don't feel any sharp fret ends. It plays nice. Oh, I got it tuned.
Guitar Bob's gotta go.
I had it tuned to drop D. Guitar Bob. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for coming into the stream, Guitar Bob. It's up to the individual. I've got a lot of expensive guitars here, and I bond. Let me grab a guitar that I've been playing a lot lately. And you guys, the people that watch this channel a lot, they kind of get it. I paid $450 for this guitar, and I love it. I love the guitar. For me, remember what I was saying about bonding with the guitar? When I hold this guitar, it's natural. The where I mute and the harmonics, it's natural. It's natural for me to get the harmonics out because where my arm hits and where the bridge is located, it's just natural.
Birdman says there's your KGD review. You're welcome.
KGD, I wanted to order one. I did. But with wintertime here, our costs go up due to fuel and electric and everything else. So we elected not to order the KGD. I still want to order one. And I just noticed the one I wanted to order, when I looked on Amazon last time, it says ball end frets. I really thought that guitar had conventional frets on it. I get it. I think now it's like $209 for that guitar. We may end up getting one. I want to review one. I hear good and bad things about it. So I would like to review one of their guitars. See how good the guitar actually is. When I was thinking about buying it, was called a Telemaster or something. It's like a Jazzmaster with tele-electronics. It was $169 on sale for Black Friday or something. Um, it's back up to 209. Regular price is 229. I mean, that's a very inexpensive guitar. So I would imagine it's not going to have the greatest pickups, and it's probably not going to have the greatest tuners.
Birdman said on sale 149 SG.
Does KGD make a SG? I guess they do, if Birdman's saying it. I didn't know they made an SG. I did not know that. But this is probably the guitar that I'm playing the most, and it's a $450 guitar. It's not that the frets are better than any other guitar in the house. It's not. It just feels natural to me. Needs to be tuned, but it's a natural playing guitar for me. Linnell bought a blue one, and I just played it all the time, so I ended up getting one for myself. She also has an S model that I think plays great. That's just for me. You might pick this guitar up and you don't like the super thin neck, but to my knowledge, an SG has a really thin neck. So this guitar has a thin neck. It's a flatter radius. It's almost 16 inch radius. It's like 15.75. Some people don't like a really flat neck like that. But if you like a flatter neck, you like a thin neck, and a fixed tail is that, you like a fixed tail, for $450, this is a heck of a guitar. It's stock pickups. These are Quantums. I like the Quantum pickups. They use them in the Jim Jr., some of the S models. They put them in some of the RGs, the standards. This is an RGA. I like the Quantum pickups. So you need to go out and don't worry what anyone else says. Find a guitar that fits you. In today's market, you can find a good guitar, at $400, $450. You can. This Gretsch is $319. It's a good guitar. It is. It's a good guitar. You can get a good guitar for $500. You can. When you start, let's say you spend $1,000. Is that $1,000 guitar going to be twice as good as that $500 guitar? Probably not. Is that $1,500 guitar going to be 3 times better than that $500 guitar? Probably not. What you start getting into is longevity, okay? Like the Schecter I have over here, it's like $1,650. The bridge on that guitar is solid stainless steel. In 30 years, that bridge is still going to have a good knife edge. It's going to last, okay? It's got go-to tuners on it from the factory. They're good tuners. It's a neck-through body. I'm pretty sure that one has stainless steel frets on it. I'm not too sure. I think it's stainless steel. You're just getting top-notch stuff. It's got a Sustainiac, so you're paying for all these higher-end things, okay? This guitar has just regular tuners on it. There's nothing wrong with it, but they're not as smooth as the ones on the Schecter. The volume and tone pots, they're micro pots. They're not as nice as the one on the Schecter. It's got a hard tail bridge, okay? It's a bolt-on neck that has a shiplap joint, right here. It's not a three-piece neck. So in reality, this guitar is not near as complicated to make as the Schecter. But I think that there's something about this guitar that I like playing, if that makes sense. Is there anything wrong with that? No. Do I feel bad that I bought the Schecter for $1,500? No. I like my Schecter. But when I'm here at the house, I grab this guitar. This is the one that I've been grabbing lately. So find the one that you like. Like I like this one. So I am going to hot rod this guitar. I'm going to put some money in it because I found the bass guitar that I like. Okay, I like the way it feels. I like the weight. So I'm going to put some nicer pickups in it. I'm going to put some really nice tuning keys on it. And I'm going to put a high mass bridge on it. I'm going to hot rod this one. And I'm going to see, you know, if I spend $300 on this guitar, so that's going to put me at $750. Is it worth it? At $750, could I take that $750 and buy a nicer guitar that I didn't have to put my time in? We're going to see. Like I said, as I play this guitar, it fits me. So if the SG does that, okay, and it fits you, you can always hot rod it later. Maybe put the pickups that you just like the most in it, or the tuning keys that you just really like. You can gradually make these changes, or you can go out and buy a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 custom shop SG that just has all the bells and whistles from the factory. There's all kinds of different ones. Epiphone makes some that are really nice instruments. Buy that one. Maybe in the future you want to put some real Gibson pickups in it. Fine, do it. Maybe you want to put some real Kluson tuners on it. You know, it's up to you. All I'm saying is first find an instrument that fits you, and then take it from there. And I don't know how long you've been playing, but your taste is going to change over the years. Your style is going to change. So when you go to the store, pick them up. Pick the guitar up, play it, see what you think of it, and then make a decision. My Yamaha RevStar, I would have never bought that guitar if I hadn't played it and fell in love with it. I walked past that guitar for a year and a half. I'm like, man, that is so bright. And it was just a body shape. It has a big butt. I'm like, that's just a weird guitar. But after I played it, I was like, oh my gosh, this guitar is stupid good.
Steve said,
So I bought one.
Avery, maybe a set of Seymour Duncan AHB1S blackouts.
The blackouts are nice pickups. I already bought pickups for this guitar. Let me put this on a stand. So I already bought the pickups. Let me grab them real quick. Let me get a drink of hot cocoa here before I show you these pickups. So I did order pickups for it. I don't know if Jupe is in the chat or not, but Jupe gave a guitar away to someone in need a couple months ago, and he sent it to me, and I put some pickups in it. And I feel that this company makes the best pickup for the money. If you're wanting a very solid pickup at a budget, this is the pickup. Now, these are their Hexbuckers, and this is made by Guitar Heads. That's the Hexbucker. We put Z buckers in the last one we did.
Zach says if it's so nice, why new pickups?
I like the Quantums, okay, but I want to try these, okay. Sometimes a pickup will sound a little different in a different guitar. It will. I like the Quantums, but there's also something about the Quantums that's kind of like, I don't know what it is. I like the smoothness of the Seymour Duncan JB, but I like the attack and bite of the Quantum. Does that kind of make sense? They're two completely different pickups. So I'm kind of like, well, it's not smooth, but I like the bite and the attack. So a lot of people have already said, I'm going to put these pickups in this guitar, and I'm going to put the Quantums back in it, because I actually do like the Quantums. But I want to try it. You don't know until you try. You can go out and buy, like what was just taught, those blackouts. I like Seymour Duncans. Just because you're spending $200 on a pickup and you put them in the guitar doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to like it. Okay? Sometimes if you got a pickup like a JB, I got 3 or 4 different guitars with JBs on it. I have one, my Kramer Night Swan, that has JBs on it. It just doesn't have something that my other JBs have. And I don't know if it's the cutaway. I don't know if it's because they put the two pickups side by side, because it's a center humbucker and a bridge humbucker. There is no neck. So I don't know if that center position humbucker influences the field of the bridge pickup, but for whatever reason, that guitar just doesn't have the oomph that the Beretta and some of my other guitars with JBs have. But I like the JB. So on this guitar, I wanted to hot rod it. So I wanted to get a high mass bridge to increase the sustain, and I wanted to try something different. So I thought this pickup, okay, that'll look sharp because of the color in the grain here. See that color in the grain? That's really sharp. So that's going to be sharp looking. So I'm going to put those pickups in it. Is there anything wrong with these tuning keys? No. But this doesn't have a locking nut. So I want to put locking tuners on it for fast string changes. And locking tuners that locks the string, you don't have all the windings. I think it would just a little bit better. Okay? A little bit better. Will the guitar be, these pickups are $60. The tuners I want are $80. Okay? And the bridge I want is $100. So am I going to hear $300 in upgrades? I don't know. But I want to try it. Like I said, I bond with the guitar, so I'm going to put some money on it. And of course, when I do the electronics, I'm going to put a pure tone jack in it. And I'm probably going to put 2 Barnes full-size pots in it. I'm going to leave the factory switch. Leave the factory switch. But I will put some Barnes full-size pots in it. I'm going to have less than the next model RGA. That goes up to $900 for Ibanez's next RGA. So I should have a better guitar than the $900 Ibanez RGA or RG. I should have a better guitar. I really should. But I have to do some of the work myself, if that makes sense. So remember, guys, when, like what Zach said, sometimes we do things just because we want to. Like I was saying, the pickups were a little in that guitar. If I give that guitar to Zach, he might go, there's nothing wrong with these pickups. Why change them? But if I give it to somebody else, they're going to like, it's because they don't hear something that they're used to hearing. And I always qualify that. That's why I test the pickups. When we do a review, I give you the ohm rating and the Henry rating. and then you can listen to it and you can make your own decision. And I'll tell you what I think, but I'm giving you the pickup readings and I'm letting you hear it in clean, crunch, uh, you know, high gain and in stupid gain settings. And then you can make the decision on whether or not it fits you, if that makes sense. We're trying to be an honest channel. I mean, I could come in here and take that Gretsch and do a ton of back processing on it. I could make that Gretsch sound like the angels are singing if I wanted to. I have enough processing power. I can make that guitar sound any way I want it to sound. If I had a link and I wanted to sell product and get kickbacks like other YouTube channels. I don't. I take the guitar, I plug it right into a basic amp, into my interface, set the EQ at 50%, and I play the guitar. Do clean, crunch, high gain, and really high gain. And then let you make the decision on yourself. I want the channel to stay that way, if that makes sense. That's what the comment section's for, you know. Like Zach said, well, if it's so good, why are you changing it? I'm a typical guy, and I can't leave well enough alone. But everybody knows I wouldn't have bought this guitar if I didn't like it. Because I already had Linnell's guitar. And I was going to hot rod that, and she said that she was going to disown me if I did, so I went out and bought my own. Oh. So I'm going to open up the chat window again. But you can get these on Reverb and on eBay. And I have not heard back from them, so I did send them an email originally about, you know, maybe trying to get some product at cost and doing giveaways and stuff. And it's probably just because this channel is just a little too small. So maybe in a little while, Guitar Heads will work with us. But as of right now, evidently they're not bothered about a YouTuber pushing their product. So they must be selling well enough to where they don't need us to help them, if that makes sense. But I do recommend them. The Z-Bucker is a little bit higher output PAF, and this is supposed to be an even higher version of a PAF. And everyone knows that's what a JB is. So that's why I picked these. So this is higher output than the Z-Bucker. So it should be punchy like the Quantums and hopefully smooth like the JB. That's my thought. And when you buy them, it does come with the screws and the springs. And it's just a generic box. It doesn't say Guitar Heads or anything on it. They're a smaller company, guys. But they've been around for a long time. I guess probably 15 years ago, I built a guitar for my son. And I used Guitar Head pickups. And we put the Z-Buckers in it. So they've been around quite some time.
Whoopie-doo. Oh, oops.
Oh, you're talking to Woofy Doo?
I was. I forgot about the mic.
We're so professional here, guys.
Oh, love it.
Okay. Are we missing anything in the chat? I'm trying to see if we're missing anything in the chat. I don't think we are. All right, guys. Everyone knows that I am not feeling well tonight, but I did want to come on and do a little bit of a stream tonight. I feel obligated. I really do. You guys do so much for the channel. All I have to do is fire up the stream and talk for a little bit. Okay, and then you guys come in, you fill in all the rest. And I had Linnell put in the Discord that we wasn't going to do a stream, and I sat there and I thought, and I said, you know, so many people look forward to it. I know I watch Philip McKnight at Friday nights, and there's been an occasion that he doesn't stream. And then I sit there like a little lost puppy dog, like, okay, now what am I going to do? Because I had planned my Friday 6 p.m. around watching Philip. And I sat in the kitchen. I'm like, we got to at least come on for a little bit. Let everyone come in because it's family time. And I almost feel I told Linnell, I said, we need to post in Discord that I'll start it. And if someone wants to host a stream tonight, we'll run it through the guest host room. Guys, I am 100% up for that. You guys want to come on and stream with me? We do have the ability to do that. Reach out to me on Discord. It's a community. Okay? You guys want to get on here and hang out and have a split screen like when Devastator and I do the guitar giveaways? Let's do it. I thought about doing it tonight, and I said, well, Devastator has the keys to that room. So if Devastator doesn't get the message quick enough, then the person's not going to be able to get in the room to host the show. So that I said, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and do a 15-minute show. That's why Zach's comment earlier was, wow, this is the slowest 15 minutes in history. I just feel that you guys, it's like family, and I don't have the right to take that away from you. On a Saturday night, everyone getting together. So I can deal with a little bit of a sore throat, but after this stream, I am definitely taking 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 aspirin, and I am crashing. And I was supposed to go to work tomorrow, but I am not going to work tomorrow either. So I'm under the weather. I do promise that we are going to have one more live stream before Christmas, and I promise a video too before Christmas. That'll be the next video in Searching for Tones Ibanez Gym series. I'm halfway through the video right now. In this video, we leveled the frets. We crowned the frets. We leveled the frets in the last video. We crowned the frets, dressed the frets, and sand the back of the neck. So that's what's in the upcoming video. You don't want to miss it. We did a lot of trick sanding on the back of the neck.
But when you were talking about people coming on, Vox said, but then people will recognize me from America's Most Wanted.
Wow. That's okay. We've got that blur thing, like when people go, what do they call it? They when they obscure their face, they're coming out. They don't want anybody to recognize them, and they put the voice pitch transformer. We can do that to you, Vox, and then blur out your face and put you in a dark room. No one will know it's you. That's too funny. Yeah, I was supposed to work tomorrow, but I'm not going to be able to. My throat is just too sore. And I'm sure it's going to hurt worse now after coming on and doing the stream. But that's okay. What I was saying, you guys need to be, it's something we do on Saturday night. So I can definitely get through it and have fun and come on and talk. Plus we got the Gretsch. I wanted everyone to see that we did get another Gretsch in. So we're going to do a review on the Gretsch. I'll record it all this week coming up, but that video probably won't be out for about 2 weeks, just so everyone knows. All right, guys, we're going to do our 5-minute ending stream. It has been an hour and 42 minutes. That's much longer than 15 minutes that we posted in Discord. And thanks for everyone for coming, because like I said, this is why I did the stream tonight, is you guys. And thanks for everyone that did a super chat. That is what funds the channel. And again, thanks to Shenandoah Music in Winchester, Virginia, for again letting us take a guitar home to do a proper review. All these little things really do help the channel, guys, because I don't have to spend $300 and some on a guitar and turn around and resell it. I can do a review, and if you guys want the guitar, please reach out to Shenandoah and buy the product from them. All right, guys, we're going to do our 5-minute ending stream thing. And again, thanks, everybody. I couldn't do it without you all. I see we got Searching for Tone, everyone in here. Guys, I really need to get better. Mad Hatter's in here, Zombies in here, CD Nelson, Ted Talks Guitars, Devastator, Mini Guitar Society, Cheryl, Steve, The Real Queen Linnell, Time Surfing Alien, Vox. There's just so many people that I see. Cycle Man. I'm scrolling up.
Ted's in here.
Yep, I said Ted.
Oh,
I didn't.
okay.
I didn't forget Ted. Yeah, let's see. Who else do we have that I'm forgetting? Matt.
You got
Hatter.
everybody in here.
Yeah, I think I got pretty much everybody. Everyone else is just chilling out watching. You guys, you can chat. If you're just hanging out and you're not a subscriber, but you watch the channel, please get down and hit the subscribe button. But I'm not forcing you to chat. Go down, type something. If you're not a subscriber, you can chat. I'm not going to hog tie you into becoming a member just so you can chat. I want to earn your membership, and I call it a membership. It's free. If you subscribe, you're a member to this channel. Period. That's how I feel about it. Chat. That's what it's about. It's the people that you see chatting on the left-hand side, that's what makes the channel great. If this channel grows slower and we have difficulty raising funds because I didn't turn on ads, so be it. That's what keeps the channel honest, because I don't have to worry about YouTube funds offsetting what I say here. And my last stream should be proof of that. If you missed the last stream, we talked about Chibson and my feelings on Chibson and some of these rip-off guitar companies. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. And I want to thank everyone for being themselves. We're all big boys here. We put on our big boy panties, and we can have big boy conversations. That's what it's about. Thanks again, guys. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing.